Happy birthday. All right, everybody, let's get on our feet. Good morning to you. I am Leslie from Yoga Journey. Hey, Ken, right up front. That's a change. A nice surprise. Hi to everybody at home. Hey. Right? To the camera. Everybody tuning in from wherever. Good morning to all of you. Let's get to the top of the mat and open our feet a little wider than hip distance. So you're giving yourself just a little bit of space and then fold over. Hi, Jen. Bend your knees and let your belly rest on your thighs. And then see if you can really let your head down. I want you to really let the tension off your shoulders and your neck. I love it. Yes, it feels good to bend over and stretch, doesn't it, my friend? We got the workers in the street doing the yoga, too. Yeah. All right, grab your opposite elbows and sway a little bit side to side. See if you can feel some sensation around the lower back and the kidneys. And we're just going to take our time as we let everybody still filter in and get settled. And then I want you to bend your knees and just find center. And then push into your feet. I need you to use your core right now. So you're going to pull the belly to the spine, tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone. And I want you to really slowly let go of your elbows and start to roll up. Make sure you're using your core. I want you to pay attention to that. Press down through your feet as you rise up. And then stand even taller. Push a little weight to the outer edges of your feet so you feel the arches of the feet rise. And now for the first time, I'm going to ask you to address your breath. Close your eyes if you need to tune in and minimize the distractions around you. And just feel your body breathing. There's really nothing more important in this practice than your breath. And so what I want you to look for is a full three-dimensional breath. And a breath that makes you feel a little more vibrant and a little more alive. Can you feel your collarbones rise and fall? Do you feel your ribs widening? Can you choose to tune in and notice if there's movement on the back side of your body? Most of us don't think about what's happening on the back side. But for right now, in this moment, I want you to tune into consciousness over effort. So it doesn't take a lot of work to breathe. You have to pay attention. That's it. And so all the stretching and all the poses in the world will not make this yoga. It's this moment right now where you really tuned in and you started to pay attention to the quality of your moment. That's what will make this yoga. And as we move through the poses, I want you to notice every time you lose this quality. And then pull yourself back. And it's going to take the breath. The breath is going to be the key. So let's see if we can start moving with the breath and maintain this level of consciousness. How's that sound? Does that sound good to you? All right, on your inhale, reach your arms up high, lift your heart and gaze up. And then exhale, bring your arms down by your sides. We're going to do it again. Inhale, arms reach, make it big. Good. Bring those arms down as you exhale. Last one, best one. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, forward fold. Fold all the way over. Let the head down. And then now come halfway up. Inhale, stretch the spine long. And then step back into a plank pose. In plank, there's another opportunity here, not just to tune into the quality of the breathing, but really to also tune into the way your body is working. Like how many different parts of your body can you get here to pay attention? I want you to lift your knees a little bit. I want you to draw your tailbone down a little bit. And then maybe draw the heart forward, lengthen, and take the gaze toward the front edge of your mat. Let's all take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower it down slowly. Take everything down at the same time and lay on your belly. Good. Inhale into Cobra. And then exhale, release, and go into downward facing dog. That's it. I like what I see so far. And so in terms of the balancing of consciousness and effort, I'm going to ask you to press your right hand and your right heel and maybe lift through the right hip a little bit. See if you can feel how that right side of the pose just woke up. And then do the same on the left. Just press a little more. You don't have to even bend the other knee. Just like make the left side of the pose awaken. Lift your hip a little. Press your hand. Press your foot. And then ask yourself, is it possible for me to do all four of those points at the same time? Both hands, both feet. And then as I inhale, lift the hips and press back. And then as I exhale, look forward and walk the feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale, and then fold as you exhale. Good. Come up on the in-breath. Head up, chest up, press into your feet and stretch. And then hands right to your heart, please. Feet are together, hands are together at the heart. Take a moment. What right now in your life needs a little more consciousness? If you could practice on the mat today, just paying attention to your breath and your movements, do you think that you might be developing the skill to bring more consciousness to something else off the mat? It is possible. And that is what we're doing today. We are just practicing. We are developing our skills to make our lives a little bit more full, a little richer. So don't take it lightly when I ask you to pay attention to the breath and how you articulate the poses. You are actually doing something that will be exponentially amazing for you and everyone that you know. Are you ready? Let's go through Surya A again. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Step, step back. Organize your body and then bend your elbows and lay it down slowly. Inhale into Cobra. It's a little baby back bend. Just lift your heart, feel your spine, and then exhale, release, downward facing dog. See if you can find a way to light up the pose, awaken the different body parts, and make sure that you're breathing fully. Nice, steady breathing. Inhale one more time, push back a little. And then exhale, look at your hands and walk those feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. And then as you exhale, fold. On your inhale, it's a big move all the way to standing. Lift your head up, lift your chest and reach. And then hands come right to your heart. Every time your hands come together at the heart today, I want you to take a moment and think about what in your life deserves a little more consciousness. Here we go again. On the inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Fold like you mean it. Head down. Lift halfway. Inhale. Let's step back. And lower. Organize yourself. Pay attention. Inhale, Cobra. Don't overdo it. Exhale, downward facing dog. So make a plan. 5 breaths. It's an opportunity to tune in. This is not an opportunity to check out. Yoga requires a certain level of discipline, stick-to-itiveness, dedication. And we practice with every time we get on the mat. Are you paying attention right now? Could you press your hands a little more fully, especially at the index finger and the thumb? Last breath, push back just a little, use your legs, and then exhale, look forward. Let's bring those feet up. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. Let's turn it up, bend the knees, chair pose. I want you to bend the knees and reach with your arms. And try not to have a feeling of desperation. Don't squeeze your knees together so tight. Feel the weight on the lateral borders of the feet. And right at that moment where you feel like, when is she going to tell me to get out? That is where your yoga begins. What is it that you can pay attention to? What's arising for you right now? Are you getting irritated? Are you projecting it on me? Are you having negative self-talk to yourself? Are you being mean to your body? Did you give up your power somehow and give it to me and decide that you couldn't get out of the pose and if you wanted to? Right? What is going on? Pay attention. Let's take one more breath. Reach the arms a little more fiercely and then use them to come up to standing. Stretch back a little bit if it feels good. And then bring your hands together at your heart. Consciousness moment. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Let's step the right leg only back. And then rise for a high crescent lunge. Keep a little weight on that back foot. Reach up like you mean it. And I want you to take a moment and just see if it's possible to lean back just a little bit in the pose. Give me one more breath. And then place your hands down and step that right foot forward again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. That's it. Make sure there's some weight in your heels. And you know me, I'm going to keep you here. You know what? Sometimes things get uncomfortable. Sometimes things are challenging. Have we not been challenged in every aspect of our being the past few weeks? Yeah. But could we sit through it with a little bit of patience? Could you even find a way to muster up a smile through it? Right now, it probably would help, right? Yeah. Now push into your feet and in slow motion, come on up. Stretch back a little if you want to. And then bring your hands to your heart and remember why you do this yoga. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Left leg is going to take that step back, and then you're going to rise for high crescent lunge. Come on up and make sure that you're not giving all of your attention to the front leg. All body parts are created equal here, right? All body parts matter. That's it. Lean back just a touch. Reach like you mean it. Where is your passion? Take your last breath in and then pull the belly to the spine as you place your hands down and then step your left foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, please. Chair pose. And this time, I won't keep you. Sometimes things are easy. Come to standing. Reach. Stretch back. And then draw your hands right to your heart. Okay, inhale, chair. One breath only. Sit back. Reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen. Look forward. Step, step both feet back. And lower. Take it down. Easy. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, right foot's going to step up. Take the right foot all the way to the hands. Turn the back foot flat for warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. And I want you to make sure that there's a little width so that you're not like on a tightrope. I want you to make sure that you not have one foot right in front of the other, but that they widen a little bit on the mat. So I'm looking around and I'm seeing a lot of people that have that tightrope. Let's widen the stance a little bit, not the other way. So that means your back foot goes out to the edge of the mat. Yes. And then see if you can use that space now to turn the left hip a little more forward. Give me your best expression here. I want to see your passion. The warrior is full of passion. Lift your heart, reach your arms, gaze up, inhale. And then exhale, flow it out. Hands down. Step it back and lower. Inhale for cobra, heart shining open. Exhale, pull it back, down dog. Let's take warrior on the other side. Left foot steps, Right foot turns in flat. Give yourself some space, and then rise. So the warrior, the passionate warrior, that is you. What is it that you're working on being a little more conscious about? I want you to feel those feet on the ground. I want you to sink in just a little bit, and then give me your most full, beautiful expression of this pose. Reach your arms, lift through your heart, fill your lungs, and then exhale, flow it out. Hands come down, step it back and lower. Inhale into your cobra. Make it sweet, make it small, and then downward facing dog. Light up your down dog in a way that makes your body say thank you for doing it. That's how every pose should feel. The Yoga Sutras teach us that the poses should be steady and effortless. And so if you are over-efforting, catch yourself. If you are under-efforting, it actually makes the pose really challenging. Find that beautiful balance, the push and the pull. Let's push back a touch. Inhale. And then look forward. Bring both feet right up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Bend your knees nice and strong. One breath only, chair pose, Utkatasana. And then stand tall, stretch back a little if it feels good. And then hands right back to your heart. We're putting it together. Inhale, chair pose. Bend those knees and reach. Exhale, flow it out, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, step back and lower. Try to stay in pace with your breath. Inhale as you do your cobra, and then exhale, touch down dog, and come to warrior one. Right foot steps, left foot turns, rise on the inhalation, and then exhale all the way back down. You gotta let the air out slow so you can step back and lower. Inhale big as you do your back bend. Exhale, touch down dog, and step that left foot up. We're gonna rise on the inhalation, and then exhale it all the way back down. Hands down, step back and lower. I love what you're doing. Inhale, back bend, little cobra pose, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Give me a really big inhale, and then a big woo! Yeah. All right. Every once in a while, we have to recognize if we need to let off some steam. We become a container for our energy, and we don't want to get to the point where we feel like we're going to explode. We want to let it flow. Use your breath. Regulate your body's energy. Let's take one more inhale. Push it back. And then look forward. Jump, step, or walk. Top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, please. Bend your knees, chair pose. Stay in chair, bring your hands to your heart. Press gently into your palms and remember why you do yoga. And then lift your heels off the mat and make the pose a little more concise. Right? Feel it. That's it. Those 10 little toes matter. Even the baby toe. Now can you lift your head a little higher? And then come to standing. Stay on your toes. Stay high on the toes. Start reaching your arms up high. I want you to keep reaching up, but let your heels sink back down. And then hook your thumbs together and spread your fingers just like big rays of the sun. And give me a stretch over to the right. Tip the ears back a little bit so you're looking more up than down. Breathe into the space that you are creating right now. Everything's already starting to get a little juicy, and you're starting to notice that deep inside there's still a little bit of tension. So I want you to try to work off that surface tension with your breath. On your next inhale, return to center and then give a little love to the other side. Keep both feet grounded, keep lifting your heart, and just pay attention to all these beautiful ways, movement, breath, a little bit of heat, that we are just removing the surface tension and exposing the tensions that lie beneath the surface. On your next inhale, come on up. Bring your hands right back to your heart and remember, when you're ready, inhale, your arms reach. Exhale, fold in. Fold deep. All right, lift halfway. And then step back to plank, but hold it. I want you to hold that plank pose. Notice how much it takes to organize that pose. And make sure your gaze is toward the front edge of that mat. Now lift your right leg behind you. Just lift it up a little bit. That's it. And notice if you push back through that heel that you have a little bit of power and the pose starts to move a little bit. And so I want you to take that push through the heel and take yourself into a one-leg down dog. So lift that heel all the way up and back and press it to the sky. Good. Now we're going to come forward again, and you're going to bring right knee, right elbow. Eyes to the front edge of the mat. Good. Into one leg down dog again. Take it all the way up and back. Now we're going to cross the body. Right knee, left elbow. Keep looking forward. A little challenging. One leg down dog. All right. This time, come forward. Squeeze the knee to the belly. And then look out to the left and step that left foot all the way through. Make sure the outer edge of the left foot is down. And then pivot your left heel down and in toward the center of the mat and lift your left arm up. You got it. Using your feet will make a huge difference in this pose, and I want you to realize how much freedom you have. The hips can be quite heavy here. Instead, lift them up. Lift those hips up. Lift the ribs up. Lift the chest up, and then open back into the pose. Take another breath, and then place that left hand down. Step into plank and lower. Inhale, just a little baby cobra, and then exhale, down dog. Observe yourself. Reconnect with your breath. See if you can find it in you to light up the pose. Light it with your consciousness. Now when you're ready, come forward into plank. We're going to unplug the left toes. Lift your left foot just a little bit and notice that you still have to use it. Use the power in your heel to push back and then let it lead you into that one leg down dog. Lift it all the way up and back. That should be a happy place. And then come forward plank. Try to touch your knee to your elbow. Eyes to the front edge of the mat. Look forward. One leg down dog. That's your inhale. Exhale as you cross to the right elbow. Inhale. Take it back and up. Exhale. Knee to belly. Look to the right. Step the left foot all the way through. Lift your right arm up and have a little fun. See if you can lift a little. Maybe drop the head back. There it is. That's it. Now lift the hips a little higher, otherwise they get quite heavy. And release your eyes down, your hand down. Step it back and lower. Inhale into cobra. And then exhale back to down dog. And just so you know, I know that we have mixed levels here, so if you feel like any pose is going to blow you out, don't do it. Take a break. Let's walk our hands back to our feet. Go ahead, walk back. Take yourself to the back edge of the mat. You can drop into a child's pose anytime. You can sit and observe. It's actually quite amazing to watch the practice. So here we hang at the back of the mat. Walk your hands back to your feet. That's it. And bend your knees now. Make sure your feet are hip distance, just like they were in your down dog. And then reach down with your peace sign fingers and grab onto your big toes. Now, as you grab those toes, I want your fingers to pull the toes up, but I want the strength of your toes to push down. Create a little bit of a balanced action. And then start letting your elbows splay out wide as you draw yourself down and into the pose a little deeper. Make sure you're breathing. Take one more breath. And then release your toes. We're going to go back to that very first action that we did today. Knees bent, core work, belly button to the spine. We're going to tuck the tailbone and the chin and roll up one vertebra at a time. Use your hamstrings, use your core, take it slow, and then stand up tall. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, release your arms behind you. Clasp them together to the best of your ability. Interlace your fingers, and then bend your elbows and put your knuckles on your sacrum. So the sacrum is that hard bony thing at the bottom of your spine. Now squeeze the elbows back a little bit more. Feel the chest open, and then inhale, extend, and look up. You can actually use your knuckles to push the sacrum down a little bit. That's it. And now if you're feeling like you can, straighten your arms and pull them away from your body. Heart space open. One more inhale. And slowly lead with your heart into a nice forward fold. Let the head down, let your shoulders stretch. Two more breaths. Squeeze a little bit between the shoulder blades. And when you're ready, let those fingers slip apart. Gracefully let them drop toward the mat. Inhale, look up. Start to walk your hands forward into plank and take a moment to organize yourself. That's it. We're going to roll into Vashisthasana. So we're going to roll onto the right hand and lift the left arm up to the sky. There are lots of ways to modify. You can stack your feet, you could put one foot in front of the other, or you could take your top leg and bend the knee and put the foot on the mat in front of you. That's it. Let's see if we can focus more on the up than the down. So I want you to think about lifting, not sinking. Lift your hips. Last breath. And then look at the mat, place your hand down, and then lower yourself down. Empty out your lungs at the bottom. Inhale into cobra, and then exhale back into downward facing dog. Light it up. When you're ready, come forward, plank pose. Roll it over to the other side. So left hand is down, right arm is up. Modify the legs if you need to. Hey, some of you could even lift that top leg up. Turn it into star pose. There's lots of ways to do it. It all matters how you feel as you do it. Think about more in the up than the down. And then release your pose with grace. Eyes down, hands down. Lower yourself down. Inhale into cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Every breath and every movement filled with consciousness. Honing your skills of paying attention. Not taking the work that we do here on the mat for granted, but knowing that in some way it serves our lives and every other life that we touch. Let's take a breath and push back. And then walk your hands right back to your feet. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. Soften those knees a little bit, and this time it's Padahastasana. The hands slide right underneath the feet. So your toes come up a little bit, and the whole hand is going to slide in under there. And you're going to try your best to get your toes to your wrist. You might feel a little bit of your weight standing in your hand. That's totally okay. What I'm really after is the bending of the wrist in the other way. It's a complete release from your plank poses. You can even wiggle your toes and give yourself a little massage there in your hands. See if you can get the wrist down. Okay. Yeah, there you go. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale and look up as we slide those hands out. And you know what's coming. Look forward, walk your hands out, plank pose. Organize yourself, feel the tailbone draw toward the heels, belly to the spine. Inhale, exhale, lower down slowly. Inhale into your cobra, and then exhale back into downward facing dog. All right, right foot's gonna step up, stay on your left toes, please. And then rise into your high crescent lunge. All right. Organize. We're going to take our hands to heart center. And then you're going to have to tune in a little bit to the foundation of the pose. So I need you to feel your feet and hug in a little bit on your outer hips. And I want you to keep your hands pressing gently as you twist to the right. Nope, don't bend over. Stay up high, tall, yes. Right there. It's not so easy. See if you can keep your thumbs at the center of your chest and really turn from your body, not from your arms. Now expand your wings, left arm forward, right arm back. Beautiful. Heart space open. Lift and widen your collarbones. There. Now stay really steady in your base and in slow motion. Put that left hand down. Reach that right arm up. I want you to really lengthen that left leg behind you and start turning your right palm forward. Reach the bicep over the ear. What can you awaken here? Can you twist a little more from the waist? Take one more breath and twist in on that exhale. Good. Inhale, the arm rises. Exhale, eyes down, hands down. Step back and lower. You can skip the vinyasa if you want to and go right to down dog. It's empowering for you to choose. Light up your pose. Pay attention. When you're ready, we play it on the other side. Same thing. Left foot steps up. Stay high on your right toes. A simple high crescent lunge. And sometimes I feel like if we take a little time in the simplest of poses, we can actually really learn something about how we do all the poses. So we want to be high on the ball of the back foot, and we want to actually use the pinky toe on that back foot. So turn that heel out a little bit, maybe sink in just a touch. And as you sink, hug the outer hips in. The medial glutes are going to create a little stability for you. And then bring your hands to your heart. We got to hold the base just like it is. Stay tall and twist to your left now. You got to be up on that back heel, yeah. You guys look amazing. So we're up tall. The elbow didn't go to the knee. That would be leverage. That would give us a advantage. So I'm actually challenging you to stay tall in the spine, find the obliques, and now expand big. Right arm forward, left arm back. See if you can lift your collarbones a little more. Maybe even look at your left hand. Okay. With grace, take your time. Right hand to the mat. When it touches down, pay attention to the work you're doing in your right leg. Go ahead, lift that right knee a little bit, and then turn the left palm forward and reach your bicep over your ear. And so the pose just became a little more complex. See if you can find the turn from the waistline. Lengthen forward and back. Diligently breathing, organizing, paying attention. One more inhale, twist on the exhale, and then lift that left arm. Place it down and take your flow or just step back into your downward facing dog. Don't give up your form. If you're getting fatigued or tired, take a break. That would be a conscious choice rather than being sloppy. Light up this pose. Take a breath. And now, when you are ready, look at your hands. I want you to jump, step, or walk to the top of the mat. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. We're going to bend our knees and come into a little squat on the toes. So a little squat on the toes, hands at your heart. Spine tall. Hands are at the heart. So this is your opportunity to remember, what is it in your life that requires a little more consciousness? Is it one of your relationships? Is it your health? What is it? Is it your work? Remember. Remember that your yoga is helping you develop the skills that you need to step in and do that work.
Now's the time for stepping
out
of place.
My favorite voice is on, so now we have to go to my favorite pose. Press your feet down, reach your arms up, and find chair pose. Yeah, stop it right there. And then in slow motion, come on out, feel it. Reach high, stretch back if it feels good. And then hands come right back to your heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. I want you to stay right there and just touch your hands to the floor, but move them a little bit forward, like maybe 6 inches forward of your feet, so that you can feel a little bit of weight on your fingers. And I suggest not palms down, but 5 fingertips, like really prop up onto your fingers. And then lengthen your spine just a little bit as you inhale, and lift your right leg up behind you. Doesn't have to lift high. I wonder what's going through your mind right now. All I asked you to do is bend over and lift one leg, right? So try to have this moment without any drama. Do it in a way that's manageable. And then we're going to keep that right hand grounded and start to twist open to the left. Yeah, I know, she just got real, right? Make the back leg super long and straight, and then also elongate the spine forward. Now find that twist from your waistline. Power up that back leg. Give me one more breath. And then eyes down, hands down. Bring your feet down together. Take that little squat, just like before, on your toes, hands at your heart center. And then we're going to twist to the other side. So we were just twisting to the right, so now we're going to twist left. Right elbow goes outside your left knee. Beautiful. Stay small. Are you breathing? You guys look very serious all of a sudden. Where's the smile? What are you paying attention to? Make sure it's something productive. Come into forward fold and release. Say it. All right, hands are going to go a little bit forward, just a little bit forward. High on the fingertips, a little weight on your hands, and then lift that left leg behind you. It doesn't have to go high, but you got to do it with some purpose. Let's try flexing the foot and dialing the toes down toward the floor. Keep your left hand grounded and twist open to the right side. Again, this is a complex pose. It requires a little bit of attention. Back leg super straight, pushing, spine elongating forward, and then find that twist from the waistline. We're going to wring it out. Beautiful. One more breath. And then your eyes come down, your hands come down, and your feet come down together. Bring it into that beautiful little squat. High up on your toes, hands at your heart, and twist it to the other side. Left elbow outside the right knee. Again, just managing the fluctuations. Paying attention.
We're walking down.
More than anything right now, notice your breath. then slowly come into your forward fold. Give me a nice deep breath in and then a big open mouth. Ah. All right, so back to something familiar. If you would, bend your knees, use your core. I want you to feel the belly to the spine. You got to support your spine as you rise. Tuck your chin down low and then come on up slow. Good. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach again. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to flow. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Step, step back and lower. Move through your vinyasa. Reconnect with your breath. Notice how you're articulating your body. And then come to down dog and light it up. Feel your hands press. Feel your legs move back. Muscles hugging bones without 1 ounce of aggression. Last breath here. And then come into child's pose. Knees go down, head goes down. You can keep your arms extending forward, but soften your shoulders, soften your elbows. Make sure you're breathing. Tune into that breath. Now, nice and slow. I want you to come on up and just sit on your heels. Place your hands in your lap. Close your eyes. Notice your body. Notice your breath. Notice your thoughts. Be consciously aware and awake to all of it. What can you notice? What is your yoga already doing for you? What new awareness will you walk away from the mat with today? These moments of stillness where we tune in help us to raise our consciousness. And this is why we do yoga.
We're walking down that same avenue. I look at the world.
Let's go ahead and bring our hands together at the heart. And again, just one moment to remember, what is it in your life that needs a little bit more consciousness? When you're really clear about that, you can unfold your legs, you can release this pose and lay yourself down onto your back. Don't get too comfortable. We still have some work to do. So conscious resting pose, if you would. Bend your knees, put the soles of your feet flat on the mat. I want you to bring your arms really close to your body. And then bend your elbows and point your fingertips up to the sky. You're going to leave your butt on the mat, so don't lift your hips up. All I want you to do is push down into the arm, the upper arm, so all of that space between your shoulder and your elbow, and notice how it makes your heart rise up. So feel your spine lift off the mat, but keep your butt down. You probably can make enough space that I could just slide my arm under you, but I don't want you to tweak out your neck. So keep the shoulders down, keep the head relaxed. Don't tweak this, pull this back. Yeah, it's little. This is like that little power back bend. It's like an amazing little heart opener. All right, from here, we're gonna make it grow. So let the arms come down, straight down, and keep pressing down. So your heart is lifting, your heart's gonna lead the way, but as you press through the whole arm all the way to your hands, now you can lift your butt up and come into Setu Bandha, like come into your bridge pose. Don't be afraid to squeeze a little at the buttocks. Like your glutes can actually lift and support this pose, and actually use your hamstrings as well. The sole of the foot pressing down to help you rise up. The arms and shoulders pressing down to keep the heart space open. Good. Take one more breath here. And then place it down slowly. Upper back, then middle back, then lower back. Nicely done. Take one more breath here. And then if you would, pull both knees right up into your belly and give yourself a good squeeze. Lift your head up to your knees so you're going completely opposite of what we just did. Completely rounding. Lift the tailbone, tuck the chin. And then lay your head back down. Place both hands on the right shin and extend your left leg forward. So hold the right leg, but extend the left one all the way out. Feel that little bit of push and pull. So it really feels nice to like push out through the left leg and pull in and hug the right one. Now I want you to guide your right leg all the way over and around to the left side. Go ahead and spinal twist to the left. Perfect. And throughout the practice, I've been asking you to organize and pay attention and light up the pose. But I want you to start to soften. I want you to start to be more aware of how you feel than what you do. So as your body holds the shape of this pose, can you just see how the breath moves through the shape? If you're trying to get your right knee to the floor, just ask yourself why. What would happen if it got there? And what would happen if it didn't? Soft. Let's go ahead and roll our head to the center. Pull that right knee to the belly as you roll back. Both legs come in. Give yourself a good squeeze. And then hold on to the left one and extend the right one out. Give yourself a moment here to feel. You're making a conscious effort here to push and pull and create some balance. And then left leg is going to go all the way around to the right. Honor your body here, don't force. And then just notice yourself in the shape of the pose. And tune into how your breath infuses the shape. Soften so it's not effortful, but instead it's mindful. What is it that you pay attention to in these moments? take one more breath here. And then start pulling that left knee toward the belly as you roll back to center. Let the right one come in to meet it. Both legs in, a good squeeze. And then if you would, go ahead and widen. Just take the legs a little wider than your ribs. That's it. And begin to rock a little bit side to side. Just rock a little bit side to side. A little lower back massage. And if you feel like you want to, you can keep rocking or you can open up into Happy Baby. Even in Happy Baby, you could rock a little bit if it feels good. We're just going to take one more breath here. And as you let go of your feet, you place them back on the mat. Keep your knees bent, letting the soles of your feet come together and your knees drop open for Supta Baddha Konasana. The arms can stay right there, hands on the belly or the heart, or you can take your arms up overhead. Might feel really nice to take the arms up.
Look at the ivy on the old clanging wall.
Just take another breath or two.
It's not a matter of when push comes to shove.
And when you're ready, you'll make your way into your final resting pose, Shavasana.
It's just warm love. I dig it when your fancy dressed up in lace. I dig it when you have a smile on your face. This inspiration's got to be on the floor. These invitations got to see it to know. It's just warm love. It's just warm love. And it's ever present everywhere. And it's ever present everywhere. Warm love. And it's ever present everywhere. And it's ever present everywhere. That warm love. To the country we're going, laying life in the sun. You can bring your guitar along. We'll sing some songs. You'll have some fun. The sky is crying and it's time to go home. And we shall hurry to the car from the phone. Sit by the fire and dry out our wet clothes. It's raining outside from the skies up above. Inside it's warm love. Inside it's warm love. And it's ever present everywhere. And it's ever present everywhere. That warm love. And it's ever present everywhere. And it's ever present everywhere. That warm love. Can you feel it? And it's ever present everywhere. And it's ever present everywhere. That warm love. Hey. And it's ever present everywhere. And it's ever present everywhere. That warm love. Hey.
Go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths. Let them gently awaken you. I want you to keep your eyes closed, and I want you to stay there on your back for a moment. And just notice how you feel. This feeling is a result of you showing up today and being a willing participant in a little breath and a little movement layered with consciousness. It's important that we're all taking time to check in, to pay attention to what's going on inside. And know that these skills are going to help you with everything that's going on the outside. And I know that each of us has our own story. Everyone's going through their own stuff. But somehow this same practice helps all of us. When you feel ready to move, I want you to honor that, and you can stretch and move any way you like. Eventually, I want you to pull yourself together and come on up and sit. And with so much gratitude, I thank you for being one of the brave ones, for getting on the mat and just being willing to be confronted, for being patient enough to try to sit in the discomfort, and for wanting to do something that you know makes you feel better. There's a lot of things you could do with your Saturday morning, and you all choose to be here with me, and I thank you. To everyone at home, too. We've had lots of people tuning in, and it's so nice to know that this is spreading out. You know, the ripples are going out. And so I thank you from wherever you are for choosing to be here and do this. Let's close our practice together with the sacred sound of Om. Just one A-U-M, a really beautiful sound that just emanates from inside you. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Everybody here, on the lawn, back there, all of you. Thank you so much. At home, thank you. We have some guests here today. As always, we have our friends that are here to share information about plant-based eating. You know, if you want to expose yourself to some ideas for vegan lifestyle, maybe just a meatless Monday, and then you could do whatever you want on the other days. I don't know, a little consciousness to your food. You can always go up and speak with them, get some information. And fourth generation, there's 2 locations, one here on Federal Highway, the other one out on West on Glades. Fourth Gen is here today to share some of their treats with us. They are an amazing family-owned business right here in town, community-oriented, and they came out to share some of their products with you today. So thanks, Ashley. So go on over and taste some of their stuff, have a little touch of breakfast. Not quite a full breakfast. I'm not sure what they brought. I haven't had a chance to see, but it's always delicious. So thank you guys for coming out and sharing with the community. I have the clipboards going around, and if anyone is interested, in December, if you're a yoga teacher, I'm taking a group to Costa Rica for 7 days for a teaching immersion. It will be a teacher training and retreat. So we will be in an amazing retreat property, but we will be immersed for 7 days in training. So it's a great way to rejuvenate your practice or tune back into yourself. Sometimes as teachers, we lose connection to our own practice. And so this retreat is for you. And today at the studio, if you haven't made plans for the afternoon and you feel like digging a little deeper into this consciousness, into this idea of like delving into the tensions that we store deep in the body, and you want to take an emotional journey, my soul sister Terry Cooper right here in the corner is guest teaching at the studio today. We're exploring the chakras. We did chakras 1 and 2 last night, and today she will be teaching an afternoon session on 3 and 4, and then the late afternoon will be 5, 6, and 7. And so that is an absolute treat. It's open to anyone who's interested in exploring this work. It is not for teachers. So if you're interested, come and see me, or just show up 12 o'clock, and then 3, 4:30. 12 and 4:30, yeah, because there's a break in between. All righty. Clipboards if you want to be on the email list. If you don't want to remember anything I say and you want to be in the loop on what's happening, give me your email, and then you don't have to worry about any of that.